Today on pages 10 and 11, we will be working on word translation and substitution. Let's get ready. Turn to page 10. Solve. Write an equation first.
These are the same kind of thing you've been doing. However, they involve more steps, and many of them will have parentheses, including number 1. And you see the ones that I'm going to do with you. Number 1, 4, 5, and 8. Let's begin. 1. When 5 is added to 3 more than a certain number, the result is 19. What is the number? When 5 is added to what? 3 more than a certain number, so it's going to be added to this. So 3 more than a number, 3 more than a number. When 5 is added to it, plus 5, there you go. When 5 is added to 3 more than a number, the result is 19. What is the number?
Now we solve it. We'll start by combining the terms on the left side. And lucky for us, since it's all addition, we don't have to do inside the parentheses first. So those of you who may have chosen to do this by yourself and maybe forgot the parentheses, you'll still end up with the right number in the end. That won't work with most of these. This one is just an exception. So n plus 3 plus 5 gives us n plus 8.
Subtract 8 from both sides. N equals 11. Skip down to number 4. A certain number added twice to itself equals 96. What is the number? A certain number added twice to itself. So, our certain number added to itself twice. So your number is n, then you're going to add 2 more of it, 2 more n's, equals 96. So, a certain number added twice to itself equals 96. So, that gives me 3n equals 96. We'll do the inverse operation, so we'll divide both sides by 3. N equals, I can do this in my head, 32. I'm going to come down. If I substituted 32 for my n's, let's see what I would get. I've got n plus 2n equals 96. That makes 3n equals 96. 3 times 32 equals 96. 3 times 32, 96 equals 96. So 32 is the solution. You don't have to do this. I'm just proving it to you. Number 5. A number plus itself, plus twice itself, plus 4 times itself is equal to 72. What is the number? That's a mouthful. A number plus itself, plus twice itself, plus 4 times itself equals 72. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's 8 times a number equals 72. Divide both sides by 8. N equals 9. Ta-da! And finally, number 8. 14 less than, so I know it's going to change the order. 14 less than 8 times a number is 3 more than 4 times the number. Okay. So 14 less than 8 times a number. Okay, so I'm going to start with 8 times a number less 14. 14 less than 8 times a number is 3 more than 4 times the number. 3 more than 4 times the number. So 4 times the number plus 3. So 14 less than 8 times the number is 3 more than 4 times the number. So 8n minus 14 equals 4n plus 3. So let's see, I want to get, we'll start with getting 8n by itself. I've got this pesky -4 with it. So 14, I mean. So I'm going to add 14 to both sides. That cancels out. So I'm left with 8n equals 4n plus 17. So now I still need to get all the n's on the same side. So I need to get these n's over here. So in order to do that, I'm going to take away 4n from both sides. Gets rid of that. So now I have 8n minus 4n is 4n equals 17. To get the n all by itself, I need to do the opposite of times 4, which is divided by 4. So I'll divide both sides by 4. N equals, oh, that's not going to be an even number. So 17 divided by 4. Let's see, 17 fourths. 4 goes into 17 4 times with 1/4 left over. So n equals 4 1/4. Boom. So you go ahead and go back and do 2, 3, 6, and 7. I feel like I've done the most difficult ones. I think that given the support you've gotten on these, you should do just fine on the other 4. Now let's go on to page 11. You are solving expressions using order of operations and substitution. Let's go down to number 4, and we'll do a little bit of number 5 together. Not all of it, but I'll get you started. Number 4, what is the value of 4 times -1 plus a, in parentheses to the third, minus 3a squared, when a is 3? Let me go ahead and rewrite this and substitute 3 for a. So we've got 4 times -1 plus a is 3 cubed minus 3, I'm going to put it in parentheses, squared. Okay. So let's go through and we'll do, according to order of operations, parentheses first. This is the parentheses we're going to do first because there's an operation inside. This just means multiplication. It doesn't count as parentheses. There's not any operations inside. So -1 plus 3 is 2. So we have 4 times 2 to the third power minus 3 times 3 squared. Now we'll do exponents. So what's cubed? The 2 is cubed. So 4 times 2 cubed, 2 times 2 times 2 is 8, minus 3 times 3 squared is 9. 9. There. 4 times 8 is 32, minus 3 times 9 is 27. And that is, I can count on my fingers, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. That's 5. Boom. I will start you on number 5, but I want you to finish. So 4m plus n minus p cubed. All right, so we've got 3 different variables. So 4 times m is -2. I am definitely putting it in parentheses because it's negative. Remember, I've told you this before. When you're doing algebra and you're substituting, if it's negative, go ahead and put it in parentheses. -2 plus n is 5 minus p is 4 cubed. I do exponents first, so 4 times -2 plus 5 minus 4 cubed. 4 times 4 is 16, times 4 is 64. I think this is probably going to be a negative, that final answer. So from here on out, I'd like to see you finish. Obviously, the next step will be multiplication. Go ahead and have at it. And then go back and finish page 10 and numbers 1 through 3 on page 11.